these shorts.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, the latest developments of a woman making a daring escape from a moving car in Osceola County. Plus, Florida's Attorney General launching a criminal investigation against a popular online children's game that's being accused of putting kids at risk. But first, investigators in Osceola County want you to take a close look at this man. Deputies say they are looking for more information after a woman got into his car thinking he was an Uber driver, but then say he wouldn't let her out. We're told this is not being investigated as a kidnapping, but as News 6's Mark Lehman tells us, he is still a suspect after this woman's dangerous escape.
The victim in this case was able to help detectives come up with this sketch of the driver. Deputies say she made a daring escape from that SUV and eventually made her way over here to this gas station where a clerk called 911 for help. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office says a woman was walking down US 192 around 4 a.m. Saturday when an SUV stopped and the driver offered a ride. Investigators say the woman believed the man was an Uber driver and got inside, but during the trip, the suspect started making sexual comments, so the victim demanded to be let out, but the driver refused. She began to scream and open the passenger door. That's when investigators say the suspect accelerated, causing the victim to fall out. After hearing about all of this, people who live in the area are very concerned. We spoke with a man who says a similar incident happened to his sister.
When my sister told him, let me see your phone, and it's not marked, none. And she got scared and she told him to pull over.
Jose Concepcion says his sister was able to get away safely in that instance. Here's another look at the sketch of the suspect from this latest case. Deputies describe him as a Hispanic man in his mid-30s with a handlebar-style mustache. Investigators also released a surveillance image of the suspect's silver SUV. And as the search continues today, anyone with information about the man here seen in this sketch is urged to call Crime Line or the Osceola County Sheriff's Office. For now, reporting in Osceola County, Mark Lehman, News 6.
The Osceola County Sheriff's Office says it is looking to see if a false imprisonment happened. Deputies also say the woman did have injuries consistent with getting out of a moving car. If you have any information, you are asked to call Osceola County Sheriff's Office. We are learning there could be a second victim in the same shooting that left a child hurt in Castleberry. This was the scene at the Gold Elm at Regency Oaks Apartments off State Road 436 yesterday. Castleberry police tell us an 8-year-old boy was shot in the leg and was taken to Arnold Palmer Children's Hospital. Police say another person was shot and went to a Centra Care location in Orange County. We're told this could be connected to that earlier shooting. We are working to learn about the child's condition, and if there are any suspects, we'll bring you updates on air and online. Turning now to your forecast, let's take a live look outside. This is our camera in Daytona Beach. Some clouds hanging around out there. Chief meteorologist Candace Campos is here, and we're tracking one cold front and then another later this week.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch this week when it comes to kind of weak fronts. Nothing really significant, at least not yet. It's not that time of the year just yet. As we look here at the satellite and radar composite, we have that cold front that is still working its way through central Florida. It's starting to bring in that breeze with winds out of the north. Now you can see that temperatures where the front has passed by already are still in the 70s. We're only at 70 degrees right now in Ocala. We're at 73 in DeLand, 70 in Wildwood, but just where that front currently is just passing over, we're holding temperatures still at near 80 degrees. Now compared to 24 hours ago, it was kind of warm, a little more humid yesterday afternoon. Right now we are waking up, or not waking up, but out the door we are running between 6 and even 12 degrees cooler this afternoon than yesterday. And that's also thanks to that nice strong breeze. We're already clocking the breeze upwards about 23 miles per hour across our northern zones. That is going to be roughing up the surf though out there in Daytona Beach and up and down all of our near shore waters. But looking at the rain chances, they will go up just a hair on Tuesday, mostly late Tuesday into early Wednesday. As Julie mentioned, it's not just this front we're tracking, but a secondary front that will be bringing with it another batch of some dry air. But of course, even with all that fall-like weather around, we are still watching the tropics and of course keeping close tabs on your Halloween forecast. We'll have the full breakdown coming up in just minutes.
Candace, thank you. In Orange County, a man accused of attacking a woman along the popular Little Econ Greenway Trail is due in court tomorrow to see if he will have to go back to jail. 23-year-old Jacoby Tillman was arrested earlier this month for allegedly trying to rape a woman who was out running back in July. The case, though, has caused controversy after Tillman was given a low bond and allowed to walk free. Prosecutors have now filed a motion to revoke that bond, saying Tillman violated the terms of his release by making comments toward a witness in a TikTok video. They've also added another charge of attempted first-degree murder. In Sumter County, traffic delays continue after a tractor trailer carrying tomatoes caught on fire. This happened on I-75 southbound near exit 44 around 2:30 this morning. This is what it looked like for a few hours this morning. Traffic backed up due to the right lanes being blocked. Florida Highway Patrol reports the fire started from a mechanical issue with the vehicle. This is what it looks like up close. FHP says the driver quickly disconnected the tractor from the trailer, which kept the fire from spreading to the tractor. The trailer ended up fully engulfed in flames. No one was hurt. And we'll take a live look outside now to see how traffic is doing in this area. Still looking a whole lot better than it was a little bit earlier today. Be sure to drive carefully out there. The Sanford Police Department is asking for help finding a missing person who they say may need medical attention. Police say 29-year-old Courtney Amen was last seen last night near the Market Square on State Road 436 in Castleberry. Police say she is about 5'3" and was last seen wearing a long strapless maxi dress and gray cowboy boots. She has orange hair with blonde highlights. If you know where she may be, please contact Sanford Police. President Trump says the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is still in place, but fighting over the weekend tested the truce. Both Israel and Hamas have accused each other of violating the deal in recent days. CBS's Natalie Brandt has more from the White House.
Allahu Akbar. Funerals are taking place today in Gaza after Israel's military launched strikes over the weekend, accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire deal. Israel says militants attacked Israeli troops, killing 2 soldiers. Hamas denied responsibility.
They've been quite rambunctious. They've been doing some shooting, and we think maybe the leadership isn't involved in that. Some rebels within, but either way, it's going to be handled properly.
Israel said Monday the ceasefire is back on and aid trucks are being allowed back into Gaza. President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner, who's also been a key negotiator, have returned to Israel to work on keeping the peace deal intact.
Prime Minister Netanyahu met earlier today with Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner on the developments and updates in the region.
The two sat down with CBS's 60 Minutes to discuss implementation of the future phases, which includes rebuilding Gaza. They also talked about their message to the Israelis.
Now that the war is over, if you want to integrate Israel with the broader Middle East, you have to find a way to help the Palestinian people thrive and do better.
How are you doing with that message?
We're just getting started.
Kushner acknowledged Hamas is trying to take back its position governing Gaza and that success or failure of peace in the region will be the creation of a viable alternative. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The state of Florida is taking on a popular children's game, saying the platform puts kids who play it at risk. The state attorney general announced today he's launching a criminal investigation into Roblox. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez has the story.
A breeding ground for child predators. That's what Florida AG calls Roblox, a game with 380 million monthly users worldwide. In April, the state issued a civil subpoena against Roblox. This, the AG said, uncovered proof that these predators solicit information and locations from children in an effort to abuse them. The state claims Roblox is aware of this and allows the game to be used this way. The criminal subpoena is focusing on grooming, inadequate age verification, failure to warn or protect children, failure to report incidents, and insufficient content moderation. Over 30 families in 2 states are suing the company. CBS News spoke with a father who was part of a lawsuit against Roblox, who says a predator posing as a 16-year-old offered his son Roblox gift cards in exchange for sexually explicit photos, which the son sent via Discord, a different gaming and chat platform.
At a certain point, it was, tell me what your address is. And when he said no, he's like, well, I have these photos of you, I'll tell your parents.
Roblox's chief safety officer told CBS News that the company does not allow image sharing in filtered chats and has rolled out over 100 safety features this year, including age estimation and increased chat monitoring to protect all users. The AG claims that of the 1,000 child predator arrests in the state so far this year, many of those investigations led back to Roblox. And if the company is not willing to work with the state on improvements, they'll see them in court. I'm Stephanie Rodriguez reporting for News 6.
The search is on for the next head coach of the Florida Gators football program. The school firing Billy Napier after a 23-21 win over Mississippi State Saturday. This is a live stream happening right now as players in the athletic department talk about the next move. You can watch the stream right now on clickorlando.com. We'll have updates for you on News 6 at 6 and, of course, online. Could we see more red light cams in the city of Orlando? City leaders say it's for safety, while some of you say it's a way to make a quick buck. What more cameras could mean for your wallet? Next. We leave you with a live look from our outdoor camera on this Monday. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
Central Florida already has the most red light cameras in the state, and that number could be on the rise. In just hours, leaders in Orlando are set to finalize plans to nearly double its number of cameras. News 6's Angie Casada is in Orlando, where drivers question if it's just a cash grab.
Driving in Central Florida, they seem to be everywhere. Red light cameras, always watching. Run the red light and plan on getting a ticket for $158. Now Orlando is looking to expand its camera network from 25 to 80.
When we talk about benefits, you have to think about it. It's that reminder to drivers. Wow, if I'm not paying attention, I could receive a consequence in the mail, and I didn't even realize that they were watching.
Yeah.
So it kind of keeps drivers a little bit in check.
While the city cites safety, drivers suspect something else is behind the expansion.
It might be money-making for the city, but it's true that city has to make money somehow. So that's how they do it. They are toll roads, they are parking tickets for little things. So this is just one of them.
They're probably trying to police the area and make it more of a police state, and I know that costs more money usually, so you have to inspect what you expect. If the people that are from the city don't like it, they have to find out what's the reason behind it. If it's going to cost them more money, maybe that'll hurt them.
In addition to the red light cameras, the city will also expand speed cameras in school zones. The city says every location was picked based on data, and each camera will be clearly marked before enforcement begins.
Angie Casada, News 6.
Time now is 12:15. Let's take a live look outside. This is our Launch Credit Union camera out at Port Canaveral, looking absolutely gorgeous with that mix of sun and clouds on our Monday. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is standing by. And Candace, we're watching a couple of fronts. Of course, the tropics looking a little on the busy side. You got a lot to cover.
You know what? At the end of the day, it's a lot to cover, but overall good stuff in the forecast for the next couple of days. Right now, we are looking a little cooler as that main front just came through. Then temperatures come Wednesday and Thursday will be warming up all ahead of front number 2. That will be bringing a couple scattered showers back into the forecast Tuesday evening and into early Wednesday morning. But for today, it's going to be feeling really nice. Again, that cold front working its way out, some of that drier air settling in nicely. Now behind front number 2, the one on Wednesday, we're going to have another batch of slightly cooler temperatures. We'll go back down into those low 80s, staying mostly dry. So overall, the next several days, mainly dry, maybe a day or so where rain chance to go up to maybe like 20%. But really, that is about it. So if you have outdoor plans, you have things you need to get done outside, I think the weather's going to cooperate for pretty much everything, with the exception of beach and boating activities. The breeze is going to make things a little rough there. But speaking of the ocean, we are tracking Invest 98L. It is a disturbance that's making its way across the far eastern Caribbean. And it's one that here in Central Florida, though it's not a super high concern, it's certainly one that we want to watch closely, as it could be getting pretty close towards the end of October. As we look here at kind of the wider view, we are watching. There's front number 1. Little ridge of high pressure builds in for today and tomorrow. And then we got front number 2, and that, as it makes its way into Central Florida, will be bumping up again rain chances very slightly at only 20%. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Monday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
So your highs today back into those mid-80s. That's exactly where we should be for this time of the year. It will be breezy. Earlier in the show, I showed you those wind gusts already clocking between about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Now we have that ridge of high pressure. You saw it kind of make its way a bit closer. Then on Tuesday evening, that's when our atmosphere is going to have a little more moisture. Our winds are coming in more out of the south, and that will produce a couple of scattered showers late into the evening, Tuesday into Wednesday. It's not going to be a wash on an event, but then the front finally clears, and that's going to dry in a nice little slot of dry air to kind of wrap up the week and into the weekend. In the meantime, all eyes remain on Invest 98L. It's the only area of concern at this point, according to the National Hurricane Center, giving it now an 80% chance that it could possibly develop as it moves into the Central Caribbean. So most likely we'll have our next named storm, which will be Melissa. But the only problem is after about Wednesday, the forecast differs quite a bit. Let me show you the latest Futurecast models. This is Wednesday. The next couple of days, everything is in pretty good agreement. After that, everything kind of really fans out. Some taking it more towards western Cuba, some lingering over Jamaica, some zipping it around Hispaniola throughout not only this week, but even into next week. So it's something that we're going to be watching pretty closely. You can see here, this is the European model. It shows it starting to develop there across the Central Caribbean. And notice how quickly it kind of zips over Cuba just in time for an approaching cold front. But notice what day we're talking about. This is as far as October 30th or so. We could be having Melissa very, very close by. Now, it's all going to be the timing, right? When is this cold front coming in? How far north does Melissa go? How are these two systems going to interact? And that is the reason why us here in Central Florida should be keeping close tabs on it. Now, the long-range models do show Melissa still staying away, but helping drag in some slightly cooler air just in time for Halloween. So again, this is a disclaimer. This is still 2 weeks out. We will continue to alter this forecast as we get a better handle, of course, on the tropics and local forecast. But it looks like as we head into trick-or-treating, there is a chance that we could see temperatures in the 60s. Again, that's not set in stone, so continue to check back on the tropics and your Halloween forecast over the next 2 weeks, Julie.
Okay, Candace, will do. Thank you. Hundreds of websites were down for hours this morning. Coming up, we'll tell you some of the major platforms affected and what caused the outage. And coming up on News 6 at 6.
I'm investigator Louis Bolden. A Lady Lake woman is out of nearly $150,000 after crooks posed as government employees and tricked her out of her money.
You know, it was like, I couldn't believe it happened.
It's a scam that's happening more and more. We'll tell you how to protect yourself tonight at 6 on News 6.
Here is a live look at downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back. Hundreds of online services and platforms are getting back up and running after a widespread outage this morning. Facebook, Snapchat, and Prime Video were some of the sites impacted. Amazon says the 3-hour outage was from issues with its cloud service operations. Check out our all-new primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Then go in-depth as we track the tropics and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagas. That's at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. You can download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back. A California bakery has taken the Labubu craze to a whole new level. Are you ready? A 7-foot tall sculpture that weighs around 300 pounds.
Okay.
Are we ready? This is La Van Van, a towering work of art made completely out of bread. Created by chef Catherine Purvan and her team for a scarecrow contest. Okay, that's really good.
He's cute.
La Van Van has been greeting many excited customers at this house bakery, and the bakery is known for its incredible scarecrow displays. That's even better than I imagined when I read it.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I'm so hungry. I'm ready for that.
Little coffee, little dip the bread in the
Perfect.
coffee.
Yeah.
Why not? Labubu's. Is it going to continue through the holidays? We'll have to wait and see. As we look here the next couple of days, listen, it's certainly going to be feeling nice and fall-like over the next couple of days. Comfortable today, a little more rain on Tuesday. Not a whole lot, but overall, you can't complain with that looking forecast.
Looking good. Thanks, Candace.
Sure.
And be sure to tune over to News 6 Plus right now or click Orlando.com to watch News 6 Extra. Our next newscast is